Hey everybody, I am David, and today I'm going to be talking about spoilers for Avengers Infinity War. Yesterday I did my regular review. Today I need to talk about spoilers. I thought I was going to do something a little bit different, but no, I can't help myself. I need to talk about this, like, openly to the world on how I felt about this movie because I was hyping myself up big time for this film. And the fact that it lived up to my expectations and gave me so much more, I feel complete. So let's get started on this. Let's talk spoilers. Let's start off with the beginning. One of my big predictions. I had a lot of deaths that I thought were going to happen. One in particular did, and all the rest did not happen from what I remember. Um, Loki is one of the first big deaths in the movie, and I did not see that coming. Oh no, wait, I did see that coming. You know what I mean. If you've seen my prediction on who's gonna die in Infinity War, Loki was my big guess. He was the one that I was guaranteeing 95% that he was going to die, and I was right. I was right. Captain America, I thought he was gonna die too, but I said there is a chance he could make it out of here alive and make it into Avengers 4, since we all kind of knew Avengers 4 was gonna be the true finale. This one was part one of the ending. In a way, I'll get to it a little bit later because it's very important to the plot. But yes, Loki dying. I thought the way he went out, like I thought, he was about to kill Thanos. Such a great moment for that character, and it makes sense from the way Loki started off as, as the villain of the first Thor film, and then ending off as a hero, as we saw him building up in Thor: The Dark World and Thor: Ragnarok. It made sense for Loki's final end to end as a hero, and I'm glad on that. And they even made a reference to no more cheating death this time or something like that. So that I really liked. How it makes you feel bad for Thor though, because Thor Ragnarok ended seemingly on a happy note, and then you think the Asgardians are gonna make it to Earth, or at least some of them, but it looks like all of them are dead. Even Hamdell dies. I thought Hamdell was gonna be the guy with the Soul Stone. I was completely wrong about that. I didn't see coming. I was like 99% sure he was gonna have the Soul Stone. That's how sure I was of that theory. But I was completely wrong, and you know what? The way the Soul Stone was revealed, I was very happy with. The question on everybody's mind is, where is Valkyrie? How come Tessa Thompson isn't? I don't even know if Tessa Thompson had a negotiation to be in either of these Avengers movies. We'll have to wait till Avengers 4 if they reveal that Valkyrie survived. But for the most part, that the Asgardians Thor could be the last one. Then we move on. We see Iron Man meeting Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man tags along for the ride. I really love the chemistry between these three. I thought Doctor Strange and Tony Stark, the two guys, they've had similar paths in becoming a hero. Both of them started off as egotistical maniacs, but they are heroes, and seeing them butt heads a little bit was a lot of fun. And Spider-Man being this kid who's being mentored by Tony Stark, I really love that, and how Hulk, Bruce Banner fit into things there. And Hulk has his own storyline too. He's like the Hulk after being beaten by Thanos in the beginning with Thor. The Hulk can't transfer, or Bruce Banner is trying to turn into the Hulk throughout this entire movie, but the Hulk is like afraid or something to come out, and they play it for jokes, for the most part, but you are left wondering, man, why isn't the Hulk wanting to come out? Is it scared to fight Thanos again? I really do find that to be an interesting storyline going into Avengers 4 because they don't resolve it by the end of this movie. So that is something that they're going to have to play with in Avengers 4. This is clearly the second start of Bruce Banner's journey because they said Thor Ragnarok, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers 4 will be like a 3-part chapter for the Hulk. And in Thor Ragnarok, we know that, the Hulk's been a warrior on this planet for 2 years. And then in this movie, now that he got his ass kicked by Thanos, it's like, whoa, the Hulk doesn't even want to bust out anymore. Before he was happy he was on a planet where he was kicking people's asses, and now he's like afraid. It feels that way anyways. Bruce Banner's still a little confused, but it seems like that's the gist of it. So there's that storyline going on, and then we get the Guardians meeting Thor, and I really like the jealousy angle between Star-Lord and Thor. Like, Star-Lord is a little intimidated by Thor because he is a big guy with muscles, and he kind of, what, do I look fat to you guys? Because they kind of called him, yeah, but this guy's a little bit more muscular. Drax is hilarious. Mantis is hilarious. I love Rocket and Groot. I've always loved Rocket and Groot. I love this entire Guardians team. And that leads me to Gamora, which Gamora is killed in this movie. She's one of the characters, along with Heimdall and Loki. Gamora is also killed. Now, a lot of people will probably say, I think they'll be back. They'll be brought back in the next movie somehow with magic or something. I don't think so. I think there's a specific moment at the end, which again I'll get to. But I think the characters that are killed earlier on in the movie, I think those characters are gone. I don't think there's no coming back for them. I think those are the high stakes that this movie was setting up for. There are characters late in the movie that do die, which I'll get to, that I think will return, and I'll give my theories of why. But I really did love the Thor, Rocket, and Groot storyline also, where they're like flying off. I can't even pick my favorite storyline in this movie because I think all of them work really well together. There was not 1 minute of this movie I was bored. Apparently it was a 2-hour and a 40-minute movie. I did not feel it at all. I was like wanting more. I'm like, no, you can't end here. But yeah, I like the chemistry between Rocket, Groot, and Thor. I thought they had a really good dynamic there. And then when they meet Peter Dinklage, I don't know how people... I haven't heard too many people talk about his role, but I actually liked his role a lot. This movie really had a little bit of a Lord of the Rings feel to it sometimes, where, not that it slowed down, because Lord of the Rings does slow a bit, but there was some, like, this is an epic movie of global proportions. This is not just taking place on Earth. This is taking place across the universe. And to see these characters go on this kind of a journey was a lot of fun, yeah. Thor is going to create his new weapon that could kill Thanos, or at least he's hoping that it will, which will go into the final battle. There were times in this movie where people clapped, and one of the parts early on that people clapped was when Captain America first shows up on the scene. The audience even I started clapping. It was such a great badass moment. He just, kicks some ass and just gets in there when Vision and Scarlet Witch are under attack, who are having a relationship. There are so many great moments where you're rooting for these characters. Sometimes you're at the edge of your seat thinking, oh shit, is this person gonna die? I hope this person does not die. Obviously, Captain America teams up with Rhodey and Vision and Scarlet Witch along with Black Widow and Falcon, and Bruce Banner to go to Wakanda because they want to take out the mind gem from Vision. So there's that. I actually thought they were going to take it out until Thanos arrives at the very end of this movie. Let me talk a little bit about Thanos. Thanos, played by Josh Brolin, is fantastic. There, motion capture, whatever you think of motion capture, the CGI is amazing on him. And if that is Josh Brolin's full performance, I really, 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 really enjoyed it. And seeing how conflicted this character is, like he is a character that has emotion. Like he has this thing, and even he at times is conflicted with what he's doing, but he realizes he has to because he failed at this once before. When, who knows? We'll probably get a little bit more backstory in either Avengers 4 or maybe Captain Marvel, because something is teased at the very end. And then, we get into Thanos goes with Gamora. This is the part where, like, Gamora is thrown off a cliff and he kills her. Thanos meets the Red Skull. The Red Skull, we find out what happens to him after all these years. In Captain America, the first Avenger, we see the Red Skull being zapped into space. People like me knew that the Red Skull was still alive, and it was true. He was still alive. He was trapped on this place. He tried looking for the Infinity Stones, but he got trapped on this planet, wherever he was, and he couldn't escape. But he helps Thanos recover the Soul Stone, because that's the planet where the Soul Stone was located. But Thanos had to make the ultimate sacrifice to get it, and that included killing his daughter, even though his favorite daughter, even though he didn't really want to. And it shows how much of a monster this character is, despite how he might have felt after killing her. The point is, you killed her, you are a monster. It doesn't matter what your goal or your agenda is. I hope you're happy on your farm after killing your own daughter, who is going to affect Star-Lord, because Star-Lord loves Gamora. Every character has something to do in this movie, and every character plays into the thread. Some, obviously, a little bit more than others. Characters like Drax and Mantis, maybe not as much. But you do get characters like Star-Lord and Iron Man and Doctor Strange, who are very big parts, especially the ones that have the stones. The Collector is in this movie. I was worried they were going to kind of forget about the Collector, but no. Well, I had heard rumors that there was a scene leaked, but I tried to ignore it. And he is in the movie, but maybe not in the way people might expect. Since this is a spoiler review, I'm going to spoil it. He is just in this scene where he's actually an illusion because of the Reality Stone, because Thanos just wanted to test Gamora to see how much she loved him, because she kills Thanos, or at least she thinks she did, and that's when Thanos realizes, I knew you loved me, daughter. I didn't realize you still loved me that much, or whatever. That was a really good scene. There are a lot of really good moments and twists and surprises. So please, if you're watching this and you didn't see the movie yet, shame on you. This is a movie that should be experienced without any knowledge of anything that's going on, because I love this movie. And then, we get to this final battle. It was great seeing the cast of Wakanda again, of Black Panther. I thought they were all terrific. Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, his sister Shuri, the woman with the spear, I forgot her name right now, M'Baku, I think the name was. You know who I'm talking about. He was the funny guy who said, we could eat you, but we're vegetarian. He was great to see in the movie again too. I really loved going back to Wakanda, because it kind of did feel, as soon as we were back in Wakanda, it was like, wow, Black Panther didn't end yet. So that was really cool. And then there's the big battle at the end where everybody's going at it. Captain America and Black Panther are leading the charge, which was really badass. And then when Thor enters the picture in the final battle after he gets his axe, it's like such a bad. That was the second time everybody applauds, and I started that one. I started clapping, and everyone else started clapping along too. That was really cool. It's always somebody that has to start the clapping, and then everybody realizes, yeah, this was a badass scene. Let's clap also. That was really cool. And then and then yeah, there's this whole final battle. Eventually, all the major heroes start battling Thanos, and it looks like every hero that tries to get him, he just whips them, throws them, puts them in their place because Vision is out in the open, and Thanos is going after that final gem because yes, he does get all the gems. He gets it from Doctor Strange, he gets it from the Collector, he already has the Power Stone right in the beginning. You don't even see what happened to the Nova Corps on Xandar. He just already has it, so we can assume that maybe everybody on Xandar are killed. I'm kind of sad that we didn't actually get to see that. Maybe there's a deleted scene that does show that. Who knows? But yeah. So as everybody's like, you're thinking, okay, who's going to stop this guy? You see an axe after Thanos rips out the Mind Stone in a very emotional scene involving Scarlet Witch and Vision, because Scarlet Witch realizes she has to destroy the stone before Thanos can get it. That's the plan. The plan was to take out the stone from Vision's mind before Thanos can get to him, and then destroy it. But they weren't able to take the stone out. So Scarlet Witch kills Vision. But then Thanos, because he has the Time Stone already by that point at the very end, he turns back time, brings back Vision, and then rips the mind out of Vision's head as if he was nothing, and then throws him down like a rag doll. It was like terrifying. Thanos is the villain that you've been waiting for. This is wow. Like people compared him to Darth Vader. This is Darth Vader if he was in a Marvel movie. And without the Anakin Skywalker when he was young and stuff. And then you got after he gets the final stone, you think, oh shit, what's gonna happen? And all of a sudden, an axe comes and stabs, puts it right in Thanos' chest, and you think it's all over. And there was a part of me saying, really? That's how it's gonna end? Just with Thanos dying like that? And Thor comes down because he's the one who did it, and he goes, or Thanos, he starts chuckling a little bit, I think. Because it's been since last night, I've been trying to process it all, and Thanos looks up. You should have went for the head, and Thor's like, "What?" And then you realize, as the audience is watching, you realize, "Oh shit!" And then he lifts up the glove. Snap! Just like I heard this happens in the comics. My brother told me about it because he read the comic of Infinity War, and this is how it went down. And there was a part of me thinking, man, what if that actually does happen? And to see it actually happen, they made us think that it wasn't going to happen. But then when it does happen, mind blown. And you know, oh shit, things are fucked. And it does. It does get fucked. Because, as you know, the comics, he wipes out half the universe. And half the universe literally is, you see half of the characters that we come to know throughout the years being wiped out. And I'm talking about some major characters: Black Panther, Spider-Man, basically almost the entire Guardians except for Rocket. Yeah, that's right, Groot, Star-Lord, Drax, Mantis, they're all wiped out. They all turn to ashes. Doctor Strange. I mean, when Spider-Man went, I got a tear in my eye because the way he went, like, Mr. Stark, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Please, what do I do? Mr. Stark, help me. It's a kid that is terrified of death. And Tom Holland, man, Marvel did the right thing by casting a younger kid because he definitely feels like a kid. Unlike Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, who were obviously older than they should have appeared to be, because I know they were at the end of high school, but Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield felt like they should have been in college by their first films. And then by their last films, they should have been working like regular people. And so to see this kid part of this Avengers, I thought it was a really great moment. A sad moment, a heartbreaking moment when a lot of these characters went. But you know that there's a plan in motion because Doctor Strange, he saw many scenarios on how this was going to end, and only one was going to allow them to win. And I think this was the one that was going to allow them to win. Somehow this is going to factor into what Doctor Strange saw, because nobody knows what he saw, but he knows. And it has something to do with Tony Stark. Tony Stark is now on a planet by himself because everybody that was with Tony are all gone, are all wiped out. A lot of people have been noted, I didn't realize this, that all of the original Avengers are still alive. And there is a lot of theories going on right now that maybe the original Avengers might have to sacrifice their lives. I don't think that's going to happen. I think maybe a few of the original Avengers will be sacrificing themselves. I don't think it will be Iron Man, because the way his last moment with Pepper Potts was in this movie, that they were both planning on having a kid, I think Tony Stark is going to have a happy ending. I think Bruce is going to have a happy ending. Natasha, I don't know. Cap is still on my list to die. He might not have died in this movie, but he is going to die in the next movie. I think all the characters that were wiped out because of the snap, because that was a magical death, I think that is going to be reversed somehow. So, because we know Black Panther and Spider-Man and Doctor Strange have sequels coming soon. We know there's another Guardians of the Galaxy movie. You're not going to do another Guardians of the Galaxy movie without Rocket. There is so much at play here. I can't wait for Avengers 4. It's a year away. It's literally a year away. So it's going to be a while, and I'm very excited to see what happens. This was my spoiler review, guys. My spoiler talk. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you've seen the movie, please comment below. Let's talk about this. If you haven't seen the movie, shame on you for watching the spoiler review, because, man, you just ruined yourself. And until next time, take care.